Hey there, we're taking a look at MonkeySuit in a scrim against tonight's entertainment, I think. And they're both IM teams. He's playing Scout on Gully Watch. Let's see how he does. Oh, it's my good buddy Joe. And Toots. Sick. Huh. Don't have a HUD. It's not good. So right off the bat, if you're gonna push on the left, it's probably better to push up a bit than kind of spraying your damage around like you did. And I definitely wouldn't be pushing across the point like this, because even if you kill the scout, the demo and the soldier should be hitting you. You're lucky that it's the roamer, because the pocket would definitely kill you here. Hey, I don't know, you're doing some good non-committing damage here, and then you commit, and that's where it all goes wrong. You never really want to commit across that nipple. It'll never work out for you, especially jumping like that. Just kind of peek it, switch up the timing of your peaks every now, or like every peak, and you know, you're gonna have a good time. You'll do a lot of damage there. And I feel like this map, it's a lot more consistent to kind of ignore getting a bunch of frags with Scout and just focus on doing a bunch of damage and staying on the high ground to prevent people from getting into your team. And having the soldiers play more of a cleanup role, so it's probably what we should look to do there. The demo might be beneath you, so if you drop on him, you could potentially kill him. See, now he knows you're there, which is a problem, because I'm pretty sure you could have killed him. Now you can definitely kill him. Yeah, I don't know. You miss an opportunity there and then ran into some unfortunate rockets. Not sure why you say yes, like Gully Watch. It's probably one of the best scout maps. They're just like, you can control everything, almost. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be sniping here. Probably wouldn't matter what you were, but definitely have a better shot as scout or pyro or heavy or something. You failed. So I'm pretty sure your demo went left, so I'm assuming the other scout's going left as well. Which is true, so that's good. If you mess up the jump, I'd probably just stay on the ground. So you have very good control of the situation right now. There's no reason for you to commit like this. He had 90 damage to scout. At that point, the mid's won. He had to drop off. As long as you find a way to do constant damage to their soldiers and the other scout, there's no way you can lose the mid. And you just kind of threw a little bit by committing there. I mean, you did some pretty good damage, but you could have done the same damage without dying, you know? So I think Joe's your demo. So yeah, one of you needed to be more aggressive here. Just like immediately going. Just leave your medic. Try and get their medic, because your medic should die. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why one of you should have gone to threaten the back camp. I did not expect it to work, but it's good that it did. Let's get 'em. So you're doing that jump a bit slow, which is dangerous because it's already slower than the opposite jump. So just make sure you get up there a bit quicker, do it optimally. Or you could end up getting kind of mulched by a scout. So that mid, it was just kind of unfortunate. So I imagine, I I should pay attention more. I've done a lot of these today, so I'm a little out of it, but I guess you got their meds. It shouldn't be that bad. He might have a bit of an advantage. Doing this damage is actually pretty good. This is a one-timer. Pistol's a bit better, but the med's there now, so it doesn't matter. Should make sure you're looking at him, because if he happens to, I don't know, like you just want to be looking at him when you back up to the pack. There's no point in looking at the pack. Just a little mechanical error there. Take the buff, peek the corner wide. You know the demo's there, they're pushing there probably. You want to be, okay, I think that's their demo? So Joe picked him off, or maybe he's playing soldier. I don't really know what Kerm is playing. I don't know why you would peek that. That was a good shot, but you could have been so much better there if you took a buff, delayed on that high ground where that soldier was in the death cam, and gone through as your team was going in, or yeah, like either behind them and like use them as a distraction or use yourself as a distraction. There's no point in like, it's just nonsensical kind of opening that door and advertising yourself to everyone. So you don't want to be with them. They're already getting raped. Probably been better to go through choke. Like if they're gonna die there, you're not gonna help them by coming in. Like if they're getting spammed to shit, you being there isn't gonna help. And they can defend themselves because they have a demo man pretty easily just by backing up. And at the same time, you know, having no one at choke because you were down someone is kind of risky opportunities to flank there. And also, you don't want to do that if someone's on point. So as soon as that happened, you should have backed out, head towards point. But yeah, it also would have been good flanking around, because if they were successful there, you could pick off anything that was backing up underneath or on the left side that was spamming them. Shouldn't be too close to your scout if you guys expect there to be someone up here. If he hits a rocket on you, then you know both of you are gonna take it and gonna die. So you want to kill the medic light here because he's definitely gonna die. So in that situation, it's completely fine to make sure you're totally loaded and then kill him. You would have been more apt to deal with that scout a bit later, obviously, and it wouldn't have, you know, cost your med his life. So, I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to shoot the med. That's the only person there, but if he is the only person there, I suggest to you that you should probably make sure that's still the case as you're killing him, you know, not just when you start the fight. So just make sure you, especially since if no one else is going to follow up on his distraction, then you know, he just dies later, and that's great. So it's really just a win-win there. Yeah, I think you should just get an arrow. Don't do anything fancy there. But I don't know, that aggression was pretty questionable. After you got that first kill, should have just played with your team a bit more. Don't do this. You can't check this without a buff. Yeah, if they had been there a second earlier, you would have died. So I imagine your Uber is going to be pretty similar because you're probably going to have to split. So I wouldn't rely on following up on anything at choke. So you're just waiting around. But Tooth gets a kill, so that's pretty good. Just resup. Your health is shit anyway. The roamer just took the health pack. Yeah. This takes that away from him. Like, it just would have been so much better to resup there, or take the health back up top. Something that isn't going to be used. That, like, costs the push there. So I think they're pretty close to having it. If your pocket died, maybe your med wasn't building for a bit, and their Uber probably ended a second earlier, so they probably have it right about now. Looks like you guys are just gonna defend last. You should probably set up in lobby. That's what your pocket, or your roamer should work towards. This is stupid. You can hear them beneath you. Now they're out in front of you. Like, that was a good shot. So is that. Don't worry about this. Soldiers got it. Like, you don't want to commit too much for this, and then going into him is just silly. Like, if you put 3 people on this guy, it opens up a lot of opportunities for other people. So at this point, you probably want to go flank. Actually, no. Yeah, you're not the combo guy. It's good that you took this wide. Clear this out for your team. Now you have to go through the front door. You just gotta go now. You're the guy that's there, you gotta go. You can't afford to switch like that, it's stupid. Take this wide again. You want to peek this so he can't peek you, so if you did it kind of when I mentioned it, would have been a bit better. Now you need to help your scout. Don't take it the same position as she is, just make sure you take the corner kind of short, so you don't eat the same rocket if it happens. There's a scout under, or that's a soldier in drop down. You want to go up their elbow so you can deal with that soldier, because he will fuck people. He did right there. I don't know what gave you the impression that you couldn't kind of try to fight him, so that's just silly. You need to deal with that guy.
Doc, come on, man! Alright, I feel good.
So let's not look at people that we can damage for 6 damage and turn the corner and check things out before we stand still at the door. Should have taken a buff while you were there, there's no reason not to. You're down 2 people, that pretty much means you lose. You have to run into these guys here. I don't know why you're aiming like that, because they were easy shots. I don't know why you didn't. Why'd you switch targets there? You're rushing your shots a lot. It's really silly. Like if no one's if the person you're shooting isn't looking at you, you should at least hit them for a little bit, you know, like above 20. You don't want to do this. Splitting is terrible, because this will happen, and the mid's already lost. If your demo's on the ground and your scout goes right, well, in general, you just don't split scouts. It won't work. Like, you're really lucky that you didn't die for one, but what are you doing? Just, yeah, make sure he doesn't fucking hit you. Now he's dropped down maybe, or still behind you? He's probably dropped down. Oh, you let the mag get away, that's... Oh wait. What the fuck? I don't even know. So right now you should probably be looking to get in main, because I imagine your team's going to be far enough away that it's a pretty easy entry and it's the quickest way to get in. Doesn't matter, you guys win. So yeah, at this minute, let's not split and get instantly killed, and you'll probably have a better time. So I don't like going on the ground, but this isn't a bad idea. You need to start pressuring them as their med's walking out. Because that's when he's most vulnerable. He's away from the big door, and you can force people to come back for you. Otherwise they're just gonna be kinda shitty like that. And when you're on the ground, you never commit. It's really easy to just live forever on the ground. So you just keep pressuring, poking in through elbow, jumping from the low ground, and double jumping at height to shoot people. And that's about it. And then pick off anyone that falls down. You can't really go on a super flank unless you get to an edge. Like if you got to the health pack and then you're pretty comfortable in that avenue, you probably do well, but someone kind of caught you out before you got there, and you went really too early there, and ended up not working out that well. That's unfortunate. See, this game sucks, I was playing medic, I was having a good time, and then I got off medic just as they buffed the crossbow. I think they hate me. The nerf was targeted at me. They nerfed the crossbow as I went to medic, buffed it as I left. Bullshit. But yeah, not much you can do there. If you had the winger, I think you should use the winger. The winger is so good. Yeah, if you had the winger, you could have just killed that guy. You can peek that guy on the right. You had a pretty big health advantage. He's on your left now. You missed him. Or, like, you didn't see him. That was a problem, because he's a one-shot. I think.
Doc, come on, man! Thanks, Doc.
So you should have peeked river right now from the ground. If there's not people there, you probably want to peek it if you have 185. This is bad without a buff. Now you need a resub. Yeah, I'm not really sure what your plan was there. Because they're going to have to Uber through there anyway, so like if you're not forcing them early enough, your damage doesn't mean anything there. Like it was fine to go there, but taking 60 damage and then dying, no. Like if you took 30 it'd be okay, because you could pick up a bottle and it would have been fine. Or if you took 60 from far enough away, you could pick up both bottles and it'd be fine. But yeah, other than that, it's not acceptable. You should have focused the scout, not the soldier. You could have put him on the ground and then worked on the other scout. This is silly because you know for a fact that there's a scout there because you just heard him kill your scout partner. So I don't know why you would go on the soldier when you're just setting yourself up to get pincered.
Thanks, Doc.
So, I think their med lived. You're lucky not to die there. You should peek the bigger door. It's a bit like you never want to peek that door unless you know where things are, or it's like really early on after a fight, so you kind of assume where people are. There's a scout beneath you, and you need to worry about him. I'm not really sure where you expected him to be, other than there, but like obviously you couldn't move anywhere. And I don't know why you're damaged to mech now.
Our control alert. The control point is being contested. Time has been added.
on, man! Medic! Medic!
You be taking buffs more. I mean, and it's not like, why would you leave without 185? Your buff just decayed. Like, I'd be really mad if I was your medic, because you are wasting the fuck out of his time. Like, your buff decays and you come back for it. Like, why would you? Why would anyone want to fucking buff you? And why you shouldn't shoot the mech there. If you're losing that hard, killing the mech isn't gonna help. You kill the mech when you have a pretty good chance of like pushing 2. You know, that's when you kill the mech. Like, unless you're like just trying to like pad your stats or something, then there's no reason to do that. Should drop down. That was good. This is obvious. That'll never work. You can make him think that you're going to do that by entering elbow or banana and then backing out. That's probably your best bet. Then you jump up the overhang.
Time has been added.
Actually, with the winger, you probably just jump to the 2nd floor. You should get the winger. But yeah, like, you can't just straight line when you like line of sight someone. If you break LOS with someone, make sure you know, stagger yourself a bit. That was obvious. You're lucky not to die there. If the demo's jumping around and he's in a position where he can watch multiple doors, he obviously has a sticky trap up somewhere, so be a bit more careful there. I was expecting it to be above the doorway before the shutter. So, you know, just do a stutter step as you're approaching that. Just, you know, make him dead. Oh. Go get their health back. You're not helping here. There's no way. Okay, that's go. I don't know. Like, I don't think you needed to commit there. In fact, yeah, I wouldn't have committed there. Just take the health back and you can go around the side. Better that way.
Time has been added.
Like, honestly, if anyone was paying attention to you, they could have killed you. Should get in lower. Yeah, with your team. And then this is a bad Uber. There's no reason to Uber there. Careful coming through here. Did that this time. You should have gotten in. Like, I don't know why you didn't get in there. Like, so what if you're gonna be the one getting shot at? It makes your soldiers a lot more effective, and they're the ones that are gonna get fucked up by the heavy the most. You'll still do a shit ton of damage, but the heavy shooting them, they're not gonna do anything. And yeah, you just have so much, like, you just drop under and you're invincible pretty much. You know, having 5 health doesn't matter when the only person that can chase you down there that won't get gipped because of it is a scout. Not a bad decision making there. It just, they made a really good play, so wasn't a whole lot to do there. You should get the medic. Good delay. Yeah, I probably would have taken a look behind me before I kind of went in there. It's a quick flick back, but
The control point is being contested.
you know, it was just, you kind of had to do it. It wasn't poorly executed. It wasn't the best, but, you know, it wasn't bad.
Thanks, Doc.
You should hurt them while they're doing that. Just a little bit of damage. Like, with that buff, you can back away from just getting hit by one sticky, so. Rush the demo. Should've rushed him. If he's deading that, then, you know, obviously no wrap up. And, you can always leave, because your demo is all that stickied off. See, dead. You're like, you don't need to worry about that. It's all, like, he's dead. Nice shot. You should go up here. Take both the health packs. And don't do this. Why did you stop going up top? Oh, someone's hiding up there. It's also a lot slower what you did, but yeah. So if there's someone there, you want to push through choke, because you can catch these guys out. Demo's there, your team should be going already. You don't want to be walking into this either. Yeah, this is what they want. Like, yeah. There wasn't a reason not to muscle through choke.
Our control point is being captured.
Even if your combo didn't go with you, there wouldn't be enough people to do anything. That was okay. You needed to, like, you move your mouse away from, like, after you shoot, but it's, like, on them, so it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you shoot them for 40, you move away, and the next shot's 20. Why don't you shoot them for 40 and then readjust? Like, if you're surprising someone, that's how you gotta take it. I don't know, for the most part, your mids, you're not shooting the right things and you're committing too early. You don't really understand how to play underneath properly, you know, just peeking in and out until it's the right time. You gotta delay it a lot before you go in. Kinda sacking yourself in a lot with like low percentage plays, which is not what you wanna do. You're not taking buffs enough, and you're not really. It's all about mid-range damage on Gully Wash and Granary, like maps where it's really controlled. What else? Oh yeah, you split that one time in mid, never do that. Bad things will happen. As they did. And what else? Oh yeah, obviously, like, calm down and shoot the shot, hit the shots. Yeah, you just need to work on your aiming theory a bit. It like doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, and you're not really using your buff very well at last. I don't know, I feel like you should have been getting aggressive in the cases where you weren't. And passive in the cases where you were. I don't know. That's just me in general. I'm not very traditional. So I usually do the opposite of what is expected. Like if I'm a scout, I'll go in first through a choke. And play passive in an actual, like not passive, but like yeah, I don't know. I think that's the best way to play. Aggressive, but to the point where you're so, like, you're aggressive enough that you're creating escape routes for yourself, and passive in the situations, or sorry, yeah, passive in the situations where, you know, you're already winning. But yeah, I don't really remember exactly what I went over, but I mean, if you're paying attention, you should know. your problems. So good luck with those.